I'm Paloma Esquivel. I'm a reporter at the Los Angeles Times, where I've been for like 13 years now, pretty much all of my journalism career. And I cover education issues.
First started out as a music journalist and then moved to New York and was a freelance journalist for a while. And then I moved to DC, where I was a White House reporter for about a year during Obama's first year in office, which was very exciting. And then I moved back to Los Angeles to work at a magazine. About 7 years ago in 2014, a guy reached out to me and asked me if I would want to come write for his TV show that he was creating. I'm a showrunner, and so I work on developing and creating TV shows.
We're going to start off by having a moderated conversation. So I'll go ahead and ask our speakers a few questions so we can learn more about their career paths, how their identities have shaped their career paths, and if they have any advice for you rising leaders on this call. How do you address issues of social justice? So, kind of things going on in the world, current events, social justice issues as it pertains to identity, through stories, either in journalism or on TV.
For me, when it comes to the kinds of stories that I want to write, I always make sure that generally those stories center people of color, because for a very long time, those people have not been represented in our popular culture. So Black people, Latino people, gay people, women. I think that for a long time the stories that we allowed ourselves to tell in this country just revolved largely around the struggles of straight white men. And so, now that I am in a position and have some semblance of power in this industry, I don't have a lot of power, but I have a little bit. I think that for me, it's important to make sure that I center those voices that have been on the margins for a very long time.
Hi, my name is Justin Rojas. I'm currently a 7th grader, and my question to you guys is, what advice do you have for students starting this journalism club / school newspaper?
Me as a reporter, I'm constantly arguing with the leaders of schools so that they'll let me into a school to go report on what does it look like? How is the classroom going? What are the students learning? What are the teachers doing? I have to battle to be able to have that kind of access, but you guys have it. You just have it. It's around you, right? You're living it. And so all of those things just around you, in your community that you see around you, it's all, there's stories everywhere. And I would just say put value in that, because it's really, really important.
And just to add on to that, I totally agree with that. The only thing that I would say is that trust that you have something important to say. I think that is something, just because you're young, doesn't mean that you do not have things of value to contribute to the conversation. I think that when you're young, people try to, or when you're young, or when you're from a certain place, or when you look a certain way, sometimes people try to tell you that your thoughts and ideas are not valuable, and that is, you can never believe that. Never buy into that. Regardless of your gender or where you live or your age, your voice is important and valuable and deserves to be heard. So I just think that to always have faith in that when you set out to create something, that's going to be the first step. And I'm to echo what Ms. Esquivel said, I'm just so excited for you guys, and I hope that when you are finished with your first issue that you would send me one, because I would love to see it.
I'm so excited for you guys because you guys are starting so young to have this interest in journalism. It never occurred to me to be interested in journalism, not in middle school, not in high school, not even in college. So I was a substitute teacher for a while. And then I went to work with my dad, who was the manager of a Spanish radio station in Riverside. And we cared a lot about trying to inform the community about what was going on, especially because we did things in Spanish and there were not a lot of outlets for people to know what was going on in their community in terms of what's going on in the schools, what's going on with the police, what's going on with the city council and all of that stuff. So we kind of took it upon ourselves to do that reporting and to put that information out there into the community. And so that really is what, for me, sparked that interest in journalism.
Journalism is a great job, career path for curious people, because to be a great journalist, you have to be incredibly curious about the world. And to me, that was very, very exciting about journalism, was that every day felt like you're doing something different and working on something that's going to keep you interested.